Hey, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reacting to Jasmine Crockett, Silence is Ignorant Republican. For interrupting. Let's get it.
Republican got shut down in front of the entire Congress after challenging Jasmine Crockett to a debate.
I yield to the ranking member, or the remainder of my time to the ranking member.
Thank you so much. I want to first of all say thank you to Congressman Frost again for this important amendment, which I strongly support. We should all be deeply concerned about voucher mills, which profit off students without delivering results. Voucher programs can be abused, and Democrats have historically worked to investigate. In 2019 and 2020, Democrats sent the Department of Education and the program's administrator a request for information about the program and each participating school. Now, I want to pause right here because the gentle lady from North Carolina specifically said, give me examples, I want information, I want data. I just want to be clear. The Democrats have been trying to make sure that we could be responsible about taxpayer dollars and dig into this. But I specifically mentioned the Department of Education. Do y'all know what the Republicans want to do to the Department of Education? They put the wrestling lady over it, number one. And then she said that her job is to shut it down. So they started gutting it from within. And I've not heard anything from my colleagues on the other side of the aisle about how devastating that would be for our children to gut the Department of Education, a department that would do things such as collect data and conduct investigations around things such as this. Among those requests were the number of voucher students in each grade level and at each school, and the percentage of each school's revenue that came from the program. Neither the department nor the administrator provided the information, saying the enrollment data could identify students in the program, and they had no information on a school's source of revenue. Their responses strongly suggested schools participating in the program relied largely or solely on voucher students for their existence and could not attract other students based on quality. So I urge you to vote yes. In addition to that, there was an attempt to debunk what I was talking about. I just want to make sure that we clarify so we all on the same page. We are talking about federal funding because we are on the federal level. This is the U.S. House. And when we look at the federal appropriations, what they are proposing as it relates to SOAR is that there be approximately $24,000 per OSP student. So $30 million for OSP, $10 million for DC public schools, and $20 million for DC public charter schools. Those are the numbers. Undeniably, that is what would be in our appropriations. And with that, I will yield.
Chair recognizes Mr. Higgins from Louisiana.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield my time to Ms. Fox.
I thank Mr. Higgins. You know, our colleagues want to continue the Department of Education, which has done an abysmal job since it came into existence, unfortunately, as a bribe, again, to the unions. To put it in existence. So yesterday, a report came out. The National Assessment of Educational Progress, NAEP, offered a grim outlook Tuesday for 8th and 12th grade students. Scores dropped to the lowest in decades for reading and math score among high school seniors, along with declines in 8th grade science. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to enter this into the record if I could. It's an article that it's in the Hill, but it was in, I think, every major paper. We've spent trillions of dollars through the Department of Education since its existence. And here's what was reported yesterday. In math, 45% of high school seniors scored below basic, the lowest since 2005. In reading, 32% in the exam taken last year scored below basic, the lowest since the exam began in 1992. And our friends want to keep the union schools in existence and deny the opportunity for students, particularly in DC and other places that we've had. It's devastating what's happening in the, quote, public schools. In 2023,
So one argument is that gutting the Department of Education is going to stop them from being able to do certain programs like voucher programs. The other argument is that the Department of Education does nothing. Which one are we going to believe? Department of Education does nothing, and it's not helping any test scores or anything move forward. These are both valid conversations.
found only 14% of students were reading for fun every day, with experts calling it a crisis. The scores, we aren't getting any return on the money that's being spent in the public schools in terms of high quality among our students. And yet here in Washington, we're trying to help almost all minority students. 95% are minority. They're trapped in low performing schools, and through the opportunity scholarships, they have the opportunity to choose a high performing school, and our colleagues want to deny them that. It's unfathomable that they want to do that. The best thing we could do in this country, we are in a race with China, India, and other countries who want to be first in the world, and particularly China. They want to take us over. And what are they doing? Focusing on helping students develop skills. And we're focusing on pouring money down a rat hole in terms of what we're spending for education. We are not helping our students. This amendment needs to be defeated. All the amendments that are going to come up need to be defeated. And I yield back, and I thank my colleague from Louisiana for yielding. I yield back my time to him.
Gentlelady yields back.
I yield, Mr. Chairman.
And before I yield to the next person, we never did accept the Hill report without objection. So ordered for the record. Any other members seek recognition? Ms. Crockett.
Thank you so much. I just want to clarify, because I don't want the American people to watch this and be confused. When it comes to education, we typically don't have this big government view on things such as K through 12. When we're talking about our public schools, we're talking about our K through 12 students. There typically is a school board that is locally elected. So whether or not they are implementing certain programs or not, that's usually based upon whatever that local school board wants to do. Those local school boards are contained within states. Those states have different rules about what tests they want students to take or not. So there's state law, there is local law, and then there is federal law. When we look to the Department of Education is around to ensure equal access to education. It is supposed to promote educational excellence and provide financial and technical support to states, local districts, students, and institutions. They also do things like making sure that there is federal aid that is available. So yes, the Department of Education absolutely has a role to play, but their everyday role is not to be in the classroom and make sure that tests are administered a certain way or that there's a specific curriculum. In fact, they're supposed to conduct things such as our civil rights investigations. Another area that the Republicans seemingly want to gut. Yeah. And when we talk about civil rights, we're talking about our uniquely able students as well. We are talking about making sure that the resources are available no matter if you are born with a disability, no matter if you are born into poverty, no matter what the circumstance is, there has to be a level set, and that is what the federal government is supposed to do, is to make sure that we have a level set. The only reason that we're talking about local issues is because obviously we're in DC, and DC needs statehood like yesterday so that they can make their own decisions. But instead, we're deciding what we're going to send into DC, and now this is supposedly about taking care of the poor black kids in DC. Well, let me ask you, what else have y'all done for poor black people in this country? Give me another bill that y'all got, because that is not what you are known for. is looking out for poor black people. I'm just saying. These are the facts. So, in fact, nobody mentioned the numbers or wanted to play on the numbers until I brought up the fact that at a private school, they can decide who they do and don't want. And unfortunately, with this administration, they may tell them, you're not allowed to give out scholarships to students that are of color, because we know that they've done that on the federal level. They said, listen, we're going to take your funding away at certain colleges if you're giving out money based upon the fact that someone is coming from a diverse background. We know that our HBCUs right now are really concerned that they may end up struggling because they tend to cater to a certain demographic. So please don't get it twisted. We, the American people, know that y'all have not been fighting for what is best for black folk, whether we're talking about in education or whether we're talking about the over incarceration or over policing, as we see the invasions of black run cities right now. I'll yield.
Any other members seek recognition? Seeing none. The question is now on the amendment offered by Mr. Frost, the Frost Amendment 2. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed signify by saying no. No. In the opinion of the chair, the noes have it.
We would ask for a recorded
vote is ordered. If previously announced, further proceedings of the question will be postponed. For what purpose does Mr. Frost seek recognition?
I have an amendment at the desk, Mr.
Will
Chairman.
the clerk please distribute and report the amendment?
Amendment number 3 to the amendment in the nature of a substitute to H.R. 5181 is offered by Mr. Frost of Florida.
Okay. So that was all about education and how education works. Both arguments seem to be pretty good. I really don't have much to say on that one. Like, I guess like Jasmine Crockett kind of killed it and answered the questions the way they are. So, y'all take what y'all want from it. All right. Anyways, though, I'm out, y'all. Peace.